Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is, believe it or not, going to record a little bit here for your 4K viewing pleasure. It's gonna be the LDLC versus Fnatic match that just about happened. Now, this match was incredibly entertaining to watch, and also it was quite interesting, as for a lot of people are now speculating whether or not this little ledge right here, which, if you're not completely blind, it do stick out, and so I do believe that the wall in which it's supposedly going to block this kind of little place off, it has not blocked off that little edge that sticks out. Which means that if you actually look at this from the side, let's see if we can get in close here. There's obviously something that you can look at. Now, exactly how much, it's really hard to say. So, in that kind of regard, whether or not this is supposedly legal based on Valve rules, etc., I won't really go into that. The people that has made the maps and the people that are judging those kind of things, I think that question is up for discussion for those kind of people. Now, if you know anything about this kind of spot, you sort of get this approximate view, which means that you can look all the way down to the place in which Crimson JW here is walking around at, which is an incredible kind of view. Let's go all the way back. What other places do you get to see? You can see a little toilet and, you know, the path outside here, which is an incredible view already. You get a lot of blockage from this kind of right path right here, even though, again, I do believe that if you were to boost up here with a scout, you could maybe counter this point right here and jump up and kind of kill them. But that means that you need to take control of the long path here outside of the bathroom. So basically, I just figured I would not only show this place off, but talk a little bit about how the hell you can counter this without just staying oblivious to how overpowered it is. Because I gotta say, this place here is outright insane. If you got this position, you can kill people all the way over there. You can maybe be counter over there. As for, you know, this position, you can clearly see that we can see the ledge that you can jump and look over if you get a dude to boost you. You can see into the sewer entrance. You can see people lurking there, JW. Not even caring about LDSC's unknown knowledge of this spot, because, you know, apparently so, two people on my friend list, they told me that they already knew about this spot. One dude saw it on his stream, so I was a little bit baffled about that, and the other one apparently found it out himself. Now, I don't really understand why people, I meant to say, why people don't know about these spots, but apparently so, they are not known, so I'm not really gonna argue against or for that, but I find it a bit weird that apparently so many people knew about it, but nobody's going to say jack shit. Anyways, now when everybody know it, how the hell do you counter this kind of spot? I mean, there are so many places and shit that you can actually get to see this spawn at. Now, what you will see, I'm not sure if I'm going to record it in the gameplay later or not, but the LDLC guys, they try to boost up at these chairs right here, one man on top of the other one, and that allowed them just about perfectly to be able to see all the way up towards this corner right here. It would have worked out if they also sort of tag teamed themselves with a teammate that would go to this specific spot right here, and then both shoot the guy. The interesting thing, and also the very important thing with this position, is that it takes some time to get boosted up, and you can only cover one of the 3-4 positions that you can see at once. You know, one there, one there, one there, and one there. And also one blind spot there, in which, you know, when olofmeister actually got boosted up here, which I do believe I should just go over to that kind of round just about right now. Let's see here, 7:14. Alright, I need to fast forward a lot of rounds here. Okay, so, oh shit, I just clicked right. What the fuck am I doing? I'm a retard. Let's see here, 13, 14, 15, on the round 16, wasn't it? Where, let's see if we can, oops, my bad. Oh yeah, I also have to resume. I'm really shitty at the theater mode here. I don't really use it too much, but again, come on, I don't really record these kind of demos too much. So anyways, let's not make any excuses and quick fast forward, goddammit, to when they are gonna do it. Yeah, right here. So as you can see, it takes quite some time to be able to get up to the spot, and they actually used an incredible amount of time, all that time, just to get Olof up here. Now, he only had a USP initially, so that was kind of interesting. Hell, even the guys that were casting did not really know too much about this kind of crap regarding him only using an USP. But nevertheless, he, from this spot, get all this information, and it's quite insane to say the least. Nobody is at the zero place, the tube, nobody's at the outer passage down to B. This spot here makes this map in general, as long as somebody actually sticks up there, it makes it almost, you know, like a 90% or something like that, a 90-95% CT map, and people are already arguing that it's already a CT map, but personally I find that to not be completely true if people could just use their Molotovs properly. Let's say that you know that theoretically there should be maybe 1-2 people down at the other site. If you then time your Molotovs properly, you can easily block off 1 or 2 paths, making it so that they use maybe 3 to 6 seconds extra, or they run through and take a lot more damage. So in that regard, there are arguments for and against this kind of argument in general, obviously, but with this kind of spot, as long as 2 people are stacked up and actually spot across the entire map, as long as nobody else are actually going to counter that spot by, you know, double peeking 1 or 2 spots just to try and take the person down, which would be very effective if it was not for the fact that the enemies are stuck with goddamn Glocks and P250s at best, as far as I know. It's probably OP. So, personally, I don't find it to be any arguments for this spot, even though, again, I wish that I would have arguments against, you know, letting it be, because it's so unique, and it also makes it so that suddenly, early game, you got a very, very quick fight. It's almost like one of those old-fashioned Call of Duty moments in which you're playing on the skyscraper map, I don't remember the name, and, yeah, who the hell boosted up first here? Crims? Oh yeah, he's going up later. And essentially in those older Modern Warfare 2 maps, etc, etc, a lot of the people... wow, that looked weird. A lot of the... that's just me being a newbie, by the way. A lot of the people, they initially went to a spot in the older Call of Duty maps, they took their sniper rifle and they waited for people to rush towards different places, etc. And then you fired off a bullet, maybe you got a collateral, maybe you got a triple. If you're lucky or insane, you got a quad or a 5-man. Nevertheless, I find those kind of match placement events to be very interesting for the game itself, and in that sense, it's not technically, to me at least, in my humble opinion, this spot is not a bad thing. Here you can clearly see them, the enemies on the right side moving, but apparently I'm not sure if Olaf actually spotted them. It's hard to tell. Yep, there you go. And it's sort of OP. I mean, if it was not for the matter of fact that the Glocks are in general not very accurate guns, if they were, let's say that the enemies were equipped with USPs instead, or a scout, as you can see, your scout has already taken down 2 people and they were completely oblivious. They will be oblivious for 10 more rounds, I do believe, which is insane, I gotta say. I mean, if you know anything about mechanics in this game, you fall the opposite direction in which from where you got shot. What that means is that it should be really goddamn easy to know where that bullet came from. And if you think, alright, so we know that nobody got boosted on the ledge close by here. If nobody got boosted up here, nobody fell, nobody ran, the bullet was not shot close by, it was just shot very close by. You know, it wasn't super close by, it was not as if it's ringing in your ear. If the bullet has some distance to its sound, you should know that it might have been some place further up. I mean, personally, I'm not completely sure if you can actually boost on top of these pillars anymore, but before they were... before they were not as elevated, if that makes any sense. So you could actually jump on top of it, and people used it to look through the glass right here, which meant that you can actually shoot people coming around this corner right here. That has been removed though, but theoretically, if 2 people can get up on top of this crap somehow, I'm not sure, and I think it would be interesting to figure that out. People could jump shot down here with a scout. And if you look at this kind of area, that would be pretty lethal, wouldn't it? Now, that requires 2 people to be out here. And also, I mean, that could probably maybe technically be damaging as fuck for T's wanting to take that kind of site. And it can only be countered by people like olofmeister here, standing up there, killing people. I mean, it really depends. This map, with its very weird elevation, it needs to be countered more if they completely want to remove this. But I don't think it's a bad thing, because with imagination, it creates some very interesting, very extraordinary gunfights, and it sort of elevates the game. I don't think elevation of a game is a bad thing, despite it maybe at this kind of stage being so overpowered and so just completely mind-shattering for the enemy team. You know, maybe it fucks them over. I don't think that's, you know, technically a deal breaker. Now, whether or not it's, as I've already mentioned again, an actual problem and glitch with the game and pixel walking or whatever the fuck you call it, okay, I mean, that's cool and all. I mean, seriously, it's a boost spot. Whether or not they don't like it, whether or not they find it to be illegal, that's cool and all, but if they could just maybe stage the place a little bit better, I think that could almost be better for the game. Alright, let's say that this place is OP, you could just, you know, fucking remove it, or you can make it so that there are only certain places close by that you're not gonna watch. There's a million things that you can do towards making this work out a lot better, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, but at least I put out my very tactical analysis slash opinion slash experience regarding this kind of matter, and I just hope that we can get the most entertaining and most skillful kind of effect out of it. I mean, when you look at the CC, and the matter of fact that that thing dominates so goddamn hardcore up close, I mean, yeah, he got Deagle there, but the CC is almost doing more damage when you got that 600 rounds per minute blast power in your hands around a corner and shit like that. I'm not too sure what Valve is truly gonna do. I would expect them to remove this kind of shit, but I sort of don't want them to, in the spirit of making the game a lot more crazy, fast-paced, and entertaining in general. Which is also something I want to mention regarding Call of Duty, the old-fashioned crap with Call of Duty. If you don't know, in a specific phase of Call of Duty, you couldn't use anything other than like assault rifles. And so Call of Duty literally got more stale than old-fashioned Counter-Strike. And if you know anything about that, that would mean that you like remove a lot of grenades and shit like that, which in sense and in the end of the day makes the game really fucking boring. So that was kind of interesting. An interesting little perspective, you know, Call of Duty being so fucking popular, they decided to make that game boring. I don't think making the game boring is a good thing at all, so in the sense of just spicing this game up, I just hope that we can get the best of both worlds. Anything game-breaking, I'm obviously never gonna, you know, chant for that, but it really depends on how they make it. Anyways, I figured that you people should rather download this in your CSGO crap game, etc., and download it yourself. If you don't know, it's LDLC versus Fnatic on Overpass. It's best of 3, the last game, and yeah, have a good one. It was great watching this game live, and I had so much fun. It was extraordinary. Anyways, nickname is Yellow. Have a nice day. Support is greatly appreciated, and don't get beastified when you play.